Morning guys, so it's a nipply little morning in September. We've actually just driven down to Musselburgh, just outside of Edinburgh, to catch up with an old friend, Ben Reade. He was actually one of our first ever unofficial stockists of Rapscallion back in the day. He set up Company Bakery with 3 other Edinburghers in about 2017, but banging bread, really cool little cafe, and they're big fans of Rapscallion. Let's go check it out.
Long time.
How are we doing?
Okay.
Doing really well.
So yeah, 2017 we started in Leith. 2020 we moved into Haymarket, and whatever it was, 23, something like that, we moved here.
Nice. And how many square feet?
Is it 6,000?
What?
Something like that.
How big's the team as well? There's loads of people.
I think we're nearing 70 people at the moment.
7-0?
Yeah, and counting. Yeah, it's a huge team. No one could do this on their own. This is where raw ingredients come down.
Wow.
Sup?
Hey guys.
So yeah, then the flour and stuff is being stored here. All those white bags, they're all from Mungo's Well, so that's like 10 miles down the road. Very, very local mill, and I think at bakeries of our scale, to be using as much flour, which is as local, because it's such an international like commodity product, then that's really unique for what we're doing.
So you've got cafe and wholesale then?
So the main bit of what we're doing is wholesale.
Wow.
And the cafe's like the new public face for what we're doing. So until a year and a half ago, or whenever it was that we moved in here, we didn't really have any public facing element to what we did. We just supplied wholesale. So a lot of the time we were under the radar, and we were supplying into Edinburgh, you know, into like chefs or cafe owners or whoever who knew what they wanted and they already knew about us. And now we've got this public facing cafe element to what we do. It's changed that, and it's really helped us a bit, like in like sort of marketing the wholesale element. I mean, the pastries that we do, they're a big treat. You know, that's a treat. But the bread that we do, that's a staple. You know, and it's a high quality staple, but it's like something that's like, you know, we're here to stay. Like, bread market's not going anywhere. It's changing, it's evolving. It tends to be changing in our favour. That people are moving away from Allied and Hovis, hence why those guys are having to merge.
Right.
You know, like the craft bakery sector's exploded since lockdown, really.
I know that pain of going from kitchen sink to then light commercial, and then just that no man's land of really going hard at
Well,
it.
so the thing is, like, industrial, I guess in the same way, industrial soda is so huge. Like, industrial bread is so huge, we are still tiny.
Really?
We are still tiny. When you're talking about like these continuous processes that make like Chorleywood process, like Allied Bakeries and Hovis, Walbertons, the scale that these guys are doing is just a whole different ballpark. What we're doing is very much just a bigger version of home baking, really. You're mixing it in a mixer, but it's a bigger mixer. You're bulk proofing it in a tub, but we've got lots of tubs and they're bigger.
Excuse my naivety, but what are the tools that you're working with? Flour, water, yeast. Is that it?
No,
Salt?
well, mostly no yeast.
No yeast.
Because most of it's sourdough.
Right.
So the guys have got more than one sourdough starter that we're keeping in different ways and different temperatures, different hydrations, different grains going in there to create starters that are more sour or better for yeast production, or they have different qualities. So most of the core range of what we do is entirely naturally leavened.
And is the human element really important to you? We've gone through the same dilemmas, like, why are people buying our product? Is it because of the craft? Like, does craft mean small or does craft mean handmade? We've
or
had
just
that
quality.
Yeah.
The craft is definitely important. The product is definitely important. The only way we can do that is with the people, you know? We do use machines, like we're mixing with mixers.
Yeah.
We're driving it out with vans. We're using fan ovens. We're not stoking logs and and mixing by hand, but the whole process for bread can be automated, but you can't precisely mimic humans. So you can make bread with machines, but you can't make this bread easily with machines. What we're doing is very much based on people.
Nice.
All the way through. Pastries are just going off the charts in sales. Like, people really want pastries, it seems.
And is it a very different technique to sourdough?
It's a different vibe entirely.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you get your loaves or your pastries to expand? Like, I started to look into hydration, or how do you get the air bubbles? Does that come
So
from
that's from the
sourdough?
fermentation. It's the same as the bubbles in beer. So bread is just solid beer, if you think about it like that. In the fermentation, you've got all these little bubbles created inside the dough, and the stretchiness of the dough enables those bubbles to stay there.
Right.
Right?
The gluten holds
Then
it.
when you bake it, a lot of what's happening is the water that's in the dough is evaporating, turning into steam and occupying then those bubbles, which is expanding it. You recognize these as company bakery products when you see them out there. Once you know what's ours, when you're out and about and you'll be in a cafe and you'll be like, that's a company bakery.
Just by look?
Yeah. There's a look to them. There's a look. Right, so, but should we taste some stuff?
Yeah, let's
We've
do
got
it.
like some leftovers from this morning,
Absolutely.
so we can take them out.
Do you think like everything you make is literally consumed within an hour, if not 24 hours at least? Or even tighter than that? Like, is it all
No, because if you take a loaf of bread home, you might sit with that loaf of bread for a few days.
Yeah, fair.
It's one of the things I hate, actually, is this idea that bread is like good and then bad. Like a best before date on bread is it's a travesty. What you need to have an understanding of is the life cycle of bread. So, firstly, how to keep it fresh as long as possible, then how to treat it along the way. The idea that the loaf is only to be consumed fresh is wrong, fundamentally flawed. Like, you want to be able to have a loaf that goes through that life cycle. I've got Michelin star restaurants using this product who for years were using our product from frozen, because if you know how to regenerate it, you can have it as good as it was when it came out of our ovens. Honestly, it's one of these things that you become complacent and then you're like, you eat it yourself and you're like, that shit's good bread. Like, even people with gluten sensitivities do well consuming a bit of grains, dominantly because of the benefits to gut microflora.
Right.
Because of the prebiotic effects.
So what's in this bad boy?
So this is rye multi-seed. So this is 100% dark rye flour with sunflower, pumpkin and flaxseed through it. So this has no wheat.
So I should be alright with this.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Well, I'm in for a penny anyway.
It's delicious. And this is really high fiber, lots of like
That's good.
polyunsaturated fats. With smoked fish or a bit of rare roast beef, or even just a slice of good tomato and a bit of salt on there. It's great stuff.
So we talked about ingredients a little bit on process, but ultimately, and I know we sort of touched on this before, but like, what are you aiming for? What are you aiming for in each product that you produce as well?
I mean, provenance of the ingredients is really important to us. Like the butter we use in the pastries, the flour we use across the board. These things are really, really crucially important to the quality of the product. Like when you think about product quality, it's not just organoleptic quality. It's not just what it tastes like and how you experience it when you consume it. There's lots of other aspects to quality, like how safe it is, how clean it is, who it supports, its environmental impact, whether it has unexpected effects on either positive or negative on your gut microflora. So like quality, I think, is like this really overarching concept.
And there's a lot of different...
And there's a lot of different aspects to it. But yeah, so provenance is a really, really important thing for us, like where the ingredients come from. I don't know, we don't talk about this stuff because it's like we just do it. You know, we give a huge amount of bread to the local food bank.
Wow.
You know, so things like that are just feel important, you know, about making sure that the bread's accessible to people who are maybe really struggling with food security. We're needed out there in the community. People need their bread. And whether that's a fine dining restaurant or Granny Annie living down the road, they both need it, you know? We set out to make complicated things. We wanted to make sourdough and fancy pastries. At the end of the day, all people bloody want is a cinnamon bun. So we wanted to keep it vegan because it's a thing for vegans. We've made this paste instead of with margarine with a locally made rapeseed oil and dates.
Cool.
And the dates, like, they hold that moisture and they keep it soft.
That's
and
gooey.
These are gooey, and we sell an unbelievable number of them.
I don't think I'm going to be a baker anytime soon.
No, and I'll let you stick to your fizzy drink.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, nice. I hope
Appreciate
your
it.
tummy's all right after all the gluten.
No, not at all.